And good morning. It's a clear sky and 69 in Meridian as you wake up. 95 is what it will say on that thermometer by late afternoon, make you want to go in and find one of those bottled Coca-Colas and not get back up. Bad. That's good stuff.
It's gonna be.
When was it that we were all off somewhere, Greg, and you bought us a drink? Where were we at in the bottle drink?
Oh, we were in Hickory.
The Red Goat store.
The Red Goat. Yeah.
They got all those nostalgic drinks over there.
You don't find that everywhere.
Now, don't get me wrong. They're new. They're not from the 60s. I mean, they're fresh.
It was retro.
Eric gets those brought in. They ice cold. Go by and get you one.
You know, the Mexican grocery store in Broadmoor, in the corner, just got the little restaurant in the back that's authentic. You just go point at what you want because you can't read the menu unless you can read Spanish.
Yeah, and I can't.
I can't either. But
you don't even speak English in a Mexican restaurant.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah, what is it that he ordered? We went in there one day and he called
over
that,
thing.
yeah,
with chicken and cheese.
Do y'all want to know what's bad? I went to San Marcos and Tino had the day off and it went south. It's bad. I got one person who knows what I want.
Surely he's got a phone. Y'all can call it.
We're going to have to get him an extra sketch to go in there. He's going to have to draw it out on there.
A flippy thing with a picture of a chicken on it.
That's right.
The things that go on. But we're so glad that you've decided to be a part. Anthony, I have to ask, what's up with the black?
Well, I don't know.
I ain't gonna pick on your brown color that
Johnny
honestly,
Cash Friday.
Honestly, I don't even really remember exactly
what you were wearing.
What I put it on this morning because I didn't get in until about 12:30, 1 o'clock this morning and got up to come here. And I'm just glad I got a decent shirt on, I guess.
Pop out. That's what it is.
That's right.
You are a lot of How many hours a week you working nowadays?
Oh, good gosh.
Think about this,
That's
Anthony.
a curveball. We were talking about this the other day, and honestly, normally I'm going to end up around 12 hours a day during the week.
Makes it a little rough.
And I will sometimes, depending on what's going on, I'm going to put in about 4 on Saturday and Sunday at least. If something goes, but now if something does big go on, I know.
Last weekend you didn't have that day off.
No,
that's right.
I passed you like 3 times.
The office of sheriff is an 8-day-a-week job.
And anybody that monitors the radio knows he's on the air more than Johnny Fever was on WKRP.
But I have to
Clark
say
one.
But I absolutely love it. I do. I love it.
You travel.
He's the only sheriff in Mississippi that's got a
what?
We'll say a butt part of his team. Harold.
Oh, I didn't know what he was talking about.
I didn't either. I was like, where are you going?
The airplane land.
He was trying to
say butt.
He was trying to think of a good word, and
That's
just
right.
didn't.
Well, people would have gotten that mixed up with Barry.
The other one's Barry. I was going to say he's got a couple of them.
That's right.
Chief Deputy. Hi, and let's ask this, Chief Deputy. How's he doing? We all know that Barry had a heart attack, and he's back at work now.
He is. He's doing well. Of course, everybody knows that. He decided to step down from the office of coroner.
He was getting too close to his work.
That's right. Well, I mean, the thing is, that's a
demanding job.
That's very demanding on him. We get calls a lot during the night anyway, just with the sheriff's office. And he was getting calls on top of that in the office of coroner. But it's I'm glad that he did step down from that. I hate it.
Focus
for
on
the
what he's
most
really
part.
good at.
That's exactly right. I mean, he's a wealth of knowledge that's there, and the thing about Barry is we joke about him all the time and this and that. But the fact of the matter is, if you call Barry White at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and if you need this or that and the third, He's going to do what he can to help you out to get you what you need.
Right.
You know, and that means a lot to the people, and I think it should anyway. People don't realize that what we do have in him as a public servant.
If y'all don't think coroner's tough, have y'all ever bumped into Stella when she ain't had time to put on her makeup and show up at the scene? I have.
That's right.
There he goes throwing rocks. It's early in the
Yeah.
morning.
Man.
Have you noticed that?
Golly.
Stella, we didn't agree with him.
I noticed it went quiet
No,
in
it
the
got
room.
real quiet because we've seen Barry without his makeup. So I mean,
Yeah. I'm used to a coroner showing up without makeup.
That's right.
You know.
But it isn't what Barry so much does is what he knows. That Joe can get on the phone and he can take care. You know.
That's right.
At
That's
any
exactly
road, he's usually been down it. I mean, he was down it before it was paved.
That's right. And the thing is there's there's a matter of a level of trust there that you develop with the community, and that's something that goes a long way. You know, with people.
Let me ask this because you're a sheriff.
Yes,
you've
sir.
been in law for how many years now? Like all your life? Since
Well,
you're 14?
pretty much. I actually started out as a Meridian Police cadet when I was 15.
He was hall monitor in kindergarten.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly.
They didn't like you, did they?
But I was a Meridian Police cadet. Whenever Ricky Roberts was over it, then, like I said, and Tommy and I both, his son Tommy, we come up through that, and we learned a lot from him and ones over there back at Meridian back a long time ago. So, but I started actually as a radio operator for Sheriff Kemp when I was 17.
Woo!
About 2 weeks before I graduated high school. And so I've been in this business, and I started full time as a law enforcement officer just after I turned 19 in the city equipment.
Then you
so
would go
basically
to
20 years.
He
I'd
went
say
to
20 years.
harassing people on Thanksgiving, giving them Mississippi invitations, and
That's true.
How many tickets have you written?
Oh Lord, I was never just a.
He was MHP too, so remember that. I mean,
Yeah, he was handing out tickets
Over
left
there
and
for
right doing
13 years I spent over there, but yeah, they
that. Yeah, and y'all slow
Protection
down.
for
I
the
don't know if
government.
anybody's noticed it, but we've had an influx of Mississippi Highway Patrol lately. I keep getting texts. Something going on I-20. There's 50 of them out here.
Odie's still in shock that he said he graduated when he was 17. Odie was going, I was 28.
Well, the reason I ask about your law enforcement thing,
Yes, sir.
They've put out a story. You've got a jail of your own now.
Yes, sir.
You see people coming
The
in.
Barriott.
The Barriott.
The Barriott.
It says that this is a new thing. Y'all hadn't started this, I know, in Clark County. But instead of the families going into, like they come for visitation, they're changing this nationwide to where they got to use a video screen to talk
That's right.
to family members.
That's right.
And there's people are complaining, saying that it's not fair that they can't touch. Is it safer? Is that why?
Well,
law
the fact
enforcement-
is, ours don't. We have kind of like the old school visitation room. We have lockdown side and visitation. The civilian side, so they still do that. But a lot of these jails across the U.S. and different places are going toward like an iPad situation, where they'll assign like one iPad for every 2 inmates.
What
And
about-
but the thing is, they're able to do visitation through that, and it works out.
Is it safer?
Well,
Contraband
it's
not gets in that way?
That's a factor. It's less work, on your corrections officers because they have enough to do as it is, and they are not the highest paid people in the world by any stretch of the imagination.
Correct.
I see what those people do every day, and
I remember this, and tell me if this is almost the same thing. If y'all remember watching 48 Hours with Eddie Murphy, you remember how they used to come in and you'd get on the phone and look at them through the glass? It's the same thing. It's just through an iPad.
That's
Am I
exactly
right?
right. It's a lot. That's exactly right. Of course, you'll may see someone maybe put their hand up to the glass,
Right,
or whatever, but
You can do it on iPad.
But the thing is, that iPad, that as crazy as it sounds, and when I first heard about it, I'm like, there's no way I would ever entertain the idea of putting iPads. But this is not like your regular routine. It's almost like one that you would give a child that's kind of hard to break.
Right.
But if they break it, then they have to replace it in a lot of these places. I've actually looked into it because they can order their commissary. They can do a lot of things on that tablet right there.
So that is the wave that is coming.
That
to
is.
jails
That's the
across
wave
America.
that's coming. It makes a lot of things better, and it gives them a little something extra.
And speaking of a little something extra, we saw this. I talked to you about it. You gave a little something more. If you're in jail, you're paying your time, and y'all done a little bit extra there, and gave a recreation. for
That's
the
right. You know,
inmates.
we've always had that exercise yard out there, but you know, I got picked on a lot about my basketball goals in there. But you know what? I enjoy basketball. You know, my brother's a high school basketball coach, and I'll be honest with you, you know, every time I'd go in the control center there at the jail, I mean, I'd look out there on the yard and see them just walking into that area, just sitting around, not doing nothing, this and that, you know, not doing anything, you know, and it gives them something to do.
Yeah.
And the research, you know, the study's proven, I mean, it improves their social skills, you know, and they get in there and it gives them something to look forward to, you know. Also, it can be taken away.
Yeah.
You know, and I had a big talk with them. There were several of them out one day when they first did it, and I just walked out there and had a chat with them and told them, I said, guys, don't tear it up. It's yours. You don't get out here. And I said, I know emotions get high, you know, sometimes in basketball, but don't fight. You know, don't throw the balls over the wall or anything like that, because once it's gone, it's gone. But they are very appreciative, but they wear themselves out too.
Sleep better at night.
That's
They
exactly
rest
right.
better, rest
You know,
better.
that's what a lot of people don't realize is I would rather them go out there and do something, you know, that they enjoy doing, that they look forward to doing, that
Yeah.
they don't want to lose. That's a
Something
big
they
factor.
can earn to
Something
get
they can
outside.
earn. And another thing is, it's studies proven a good, adequate diet, good exercise creates a better detainee, a better inmate.
It's kind of like
And-
getting married.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, we had somebody say, "Who's on with y'all this morning?" I guess we took for granted because we figured everybody
I thought we said his
already
name.
knew, and I don't know, they may have missed it. But today, of course, we got Greg. He's a pillar of the Friday show.
That's
but Sheriff of Clark County, Mississippi, Anthony Chancelor, is our guest today.
Filling up the chair where that girl usually sits.
Yeah, that girl's
that
on
girl.
vacation.
Is that what
Is it
she's doing?
vacation or school?
Well, word on the street is that she had gone to a 3-day trivia class. And I hope it was Common Core, you know, so
Yeah,
she'll
right.
catch on. I'm just glad to have someone sitting next to me that keeps their shoes on.
That's pretty good. We'll be right back.
I'm Alan Hunt at Meridian Cycles, and let me tell you about some of the great deals we have this month. We have up to $3,000 rebates on side-by-sides. We have up to $1,000 rebates on four-wheelers, as well as 0% interest. Come see us at 80 Highway 19 North right here in Meridian, or give us a call at 601-485-8700. Ask for Alan or Mike Boswell. We'll be glad to help you. Come see us.
Advanced Auto Glass by Joey can handle all your windshield repair and replacement needs. Service work is guaranteed and covered by warranty. Our technicians are professional, auto glass trained, and have over 100 years of combined experience. Advanced Auto Glass by Joey utilizes in-house calibrations for vehicle safety systems. Most insurances are accepted, and reliable mobile service is available in surrounding areas. Keep cars cool and secure with custom tinting, side mirror replacement, and AquaPal windshield wipers. There's one clear choice in auto glass repair. Advanced Auto Glass by Joey.
Battery power made by steel. Right now, save $50 on select AK System battery tool sets. Real steel. Find yours.
It's us. It's us.
I looked away for a brief second. We got mentioned. I want to bring this up. Race in Action returns to Why Not Motorsports Park this weekend, Saturday night. You know, they've had some bad breaks with the rain lately.
Supposed to be dry.
Hadn't run since May 4th.
Has it been that long?
Yeah.
So they got drinks, and I think Rodney went ahead and replaced the hot dog buns since he'd had them sitting around for a month.
At least scrape the green off.
Yeah, little scrape there.
They may end up having to fill up the old water truck as dry as this guy.
Ooh, it is. It is.
They better be watering today.
I got a picture last night that I just
great.
thought was one of the coolest pictures that we've gotten in a while. As we all know, that moon was out last night. Y'all look at this. This is Vimville, Causeyville Road. Look at that.
That's like a postcard right there.
Look at
Vimville,
that.
Causeyville.
That's just neat.
Yeah.
I mean, the tractor ain't gonna crank, but you know. It's a cute picture. I like that. We do appreciate it. Anytime you run upon a picture that's like that, send it to us. We like sharing things like that. Love it a lot there. It is Friday, as we always have special guests here. I want to bring this up. A shooting happened in Scott County. As we pull this up, one person would be shot in both her legs. Ooh. Shotgun.
Oh,
That's not good. As we look at this, one person has been detained in dealing with this, as we have that identified, that Lula Mosley was injured from the gunshot wounds. And then they have Andrew McCarty, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, as a suspect in the shooting. I'd gotten a lot of calls about that, and I spoke with the Scott County SO last night, and they were filling me in on that. And, of course, that went on, where was the location? That King Road is where that happened in Scott County. She's going to be okay, but can y'all imagine?
That just, man.
Ooh, that's painful.
Yeah.
Now, another thing that has happened that we wanted to bring up, I chased this for a little over a day. I got word of it late in the day that there had been a murder in Sebastopol, Mississippi. As we pulled this up, it did happen. This did happen over at the chicken plant. We had one person that was stabbed. He is deceased. Another person has been taken into custody. They were both from Kosciuszko working in Sebastopol. Rodney Hall of Kosciuszko has been identified as the victim, who is deceased now. And if I'm pronouncing this right, Matiga, how do you pronounce that, Odie?
I don't know. I can't see it.
I can't. Montquavis?
Yeah, that'll work.
Mr. Turnage, let me just call him by his last name. I can pronounce that. Has been arrested. He also is from Kosciuszko. So they either drove together over there, but a murder there. It was with a very, very sharp knife, I understand it. And condolences to the family on that. That's a toughie.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Sebastopol,
Northwest, Newton County.
Well, I was thinking.
right
Well,
to
no, I
Scott
was thinking
County.
is Pico plant there on 21. I was trying to remember if it was inside the city of Sebastopol or out in the county. I would imagine
don't
that
know.
situation Scott SO probably worked at, if I had to guess. But a lot of good people in Sebastopol. Sebastopol is it's a booming town over there. There's a lot of hard-working, salt-of-the-earth folks
they was
that live
tough
in
in
that
football.
town. They're
if you remember.
good
They were
folks.
good sports.
A little
Good
closer to Meridian, we had a gunshot victim.
No.
We did, and what we're being told now, this was accidentally self-inflicted. We hear that a lot.
Is it cleaning a gun or something?
That's what we're
Possibly.
told. Possibly cleaning a gun, and it hand shot.
Never, never again, never clean a loaded gun and double check. I don't care if it's your mama, your brother, your somebody say, "Oh, it's unloaded." Know that you know that you know
That's right.
that it's
That's right.
unloaded. Do you know how many people every year get killed with an unloaded gun?
You're right.
That's assumed
That's exactly
to be
right.
unloaded.
Assumptions will get you into a
That's
world
exactly,
of mess.
and there's no replay, reset, or nothing. When you pull the trigger, it's done.
That's
now.
right. And that also can be applied. You know, a lot of these domestic situations, people emotions are high. The deal in Sebastopol yesterday, I'm sure emotions were high.
Yeah.
You know, that guy probably, whoever, excuse me, I don't, male, female, whatever, but they probably didn't wake up that morning anticipating on doing that.
That's right.
Correct.
But emotions run high. And once you've rung that bell, it's over with. I mean, granted, I guarantee you, the perpetrator probably, it's a good possibility they're hating that happened right now.
That's right.
So
Now,
that's
I
why it's
doubt-
always important to keep your emotions in check.
Now, as
And
you
there's
bring up emotions,
consequences for actions.
I mean-
Regardless, there's
Yeah.
going to be consequences.
You know, it's like trying to put toothpaste back in the tube. You just cannot
Yeah,
do
That's
it.
right.
emotions, as you look at this, and I see it across the U.S., I doubt you have this big problem in Clark County because it's just not as many red lights. But angry drivers that jump
Yes.
out, and you may have it on a dirt road, and I just don't
Road
know.
rage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
That's-
do have instances like that, but it's seldom, obviously, because I mean you're looking at a huge population difference. between
Well, it's
Clark and
usually
Lauderdale
waiting on
County.
the train there at Enterprise when I'm trying to get over to the French Quarter to eat, and 1,132 cars on that train.
Well, I hope you don't pick a fight with the
Well,
freight
I thought
train.
about it. Well, I tried to jump it, but that little incline's not high.
Do y'all know what my childhood memory is? I was about 5 years old, Cloverleaf parking lot. We'd been to Howard Brothers,
Yes,
and I was
sir.
sitting on the back seat. And y'all remember Hardee's used to be to the right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd take a right to go toward 22nd Avenue, and it was an old boy sitting there in a four-wheel drive, and the guy behind him kept blowing the horn at it. And I'm 5, and old boy took it as long as he could, and he slams that forward in park. And I remember a whooping. I was sitting there going, "Daddy, what's happening?"
He commenced to straightening that out, huh?
He did. He ain't gonna use his horn no more.
Bob's got some good information for all of you in Meridian. Lose your temper? Go to Kemper.
A lot of pine trees up there. I grew up there. I know.
Oh man,
Just
they got
drive out to the dummy line, and you can drive for miles and see no one.
Yeah.
On and on and on. But that happened in Meridian yesterday. We also see that Shad White has been busy.
Does he ever sleep?
I don't think he does. He's got somebody. This is a landscape person that, submitted a bill for $155,000. Guess what? No work was done.
I should have bought another lawnmower.
You should. There we are. There it is, taken into custody. Shad White and his agents on this. Again, if it's $5, if it's $1 million, Chad and his gang show up to do the accounting on this. I ain't ever seen anything like it.
No.
That's wild.
I mean, he's awesome. I'm sorry. That guy's just good.
It's other politicians that worry about Shad's name because it's becoming a household name, and he's good at what he does.
And he does his job. He makes sure that you dot your I's, you cross your T's.
Yeah.
And, there's no doubt in my mind in some of this is some misunderstandings. I was going to do this, and I meant to do that. He makes sure that you do things like you're supposed to do it.
He does. So salute to that office over there. They do a lot of work behind the scenes there that we don't always know. I want to say this, and I hadn't read my text. Oh, we got one from that girl.
She better get back in class.
There you go. No
Step
Must
texting in
be on
class.
break.
It was,
Snack time.
She might
Sorry,
have a-
Julia, I'm
She
sorry.
might have a pudding cup.
Next week, this is one of the men that I truly admire. Is going to be having a revival that's coming up next week down at Central Baptist, right down from the police station on the left behind SMI Automotive, one block back on C Street there. As we look at this, he's going to be doing a revival, and I hope y'all can make it out there. Starts Monday, 6 p.m., and it will go through the 23rd. I hope y'all can come out and enjoy that. Dr. Danny,
Dr. Lanier.
Dr. Lanier, yeah.
I just call him Danny.
He
but
puts the rubber where it meets the road now.
I know, and he's one of those preachers that I understand. There is no, I don't quite understand what Danny was talking.
Well, he just tells the
relates
truth.
it.
Hell's hot and heaven's great. You know.
Yeah.
All right, I got to say something.
Put it on
We
us.
mentioned about preachers.
Uh-huh. You
Yesterday-
arrested one?
No.
He's auditing a couple, but
No, yesterday I had a deputy to graduate from the police academy down in Hattiesburg, and also one of our constables, which was Deputy Kenneth Holyfield and Constable Don Moore, which is also now the police chief in Enterprise. And we were there and for the graduation, and Sheriff Calhoun had one to graduate, for Lauderdale County, and Sheriff Calhoun was the guest speaker. And he was, we was messing with him after the fact. We told him that, matter of fact, it was Barry told him, said, next time we hear you speak, we're going to send around an offering plate. But he did a really good job, gave a good speech to the congregation, but the people who were there. But he did really good. I enjoyed listening to him speak. He really did.
I want to point this out. I got this sent in yesterday from Philadelphia, and let me explain what we do here. If there is a traffic that's going to cause a delay, I post a picture of it. It is not making fun of truckers.
No.
I had somebody say, "You're making fun of..." No, I'm not. The road is blocked. He's unloading, and if you come up on it, you could hit it.
Yeah, just
this
be
was
careful.
Philadelphia. This is what this whole thing was about.
Right.
Understand when we post pictures, it is merely to show you what's in your path.
Same way on 19 South yesterday. We had
Yeah.
a truck kind of hung up. I mean, come on, people. This is local news. This is what you need to, your daughter and your wife need to know, that over the hill, the road's blocked.
And here's that picture of that as we look at this. You see Simmons, you can come down through there and over this hill right there, and it'd be bad.
That's exactly right.
and we've had some bad wrecks in that area because people have topped that little hill.
That's right.
Going too fast when they hit that crest and say, uh-oh. And a little bit of a warning will go a long way
That's
and
right.
may save you and your
That's right.
family's
That's
life.
like someone about cows in the road. Brother, I want to know that.
Yeah,
You
somebody
know
was
what
making
I'm
fun of
saying?
me, weren't they?
Somebody made fun of that. When my daughter takes off to town, if there's cow, I'd like to know that. She needs to know that. Come around a curve. If you ever hit a cow, a pig, or something, you come to a sudden stop.
It's like a brick wall.
Yeah, and I'm sure it ain't nobody's cows. Those are free range cows.
That's right. Amen.
But I'm serious.
It's the wild cow.
Local news is local, and I appreciate what you do to let people. Hey, a tree across the road. If you ever been driving after dark, right before daylight,
Yep.
you know, and you come around a curve, I'm sorry, you wake up dead, as Fred Sanford used to say.
I lost a Datsun on Portable Road one time. I come around a curve and there was a pothole, and my little car was, when I was a teenager, was small. I lost 2 wheels.
Man, speaking of a Datsun,
You have one too?
No,
Nobody
He's
else
a
ever did that.
Nissan. He wasn't born back when they had Dodge.
No, but about a year ago, I bought an 86 model little Toyota 2-wheel drive. It belonged to a gentleman.
And you
belonged to-
fit in it?
No, it belonged to
Yeah,
Mr.
Daddy cut the
So I had
top
a
off.
visual.
It belonged to
He just
Mr.
bought it. He
Earl
didn't say he
Chestnut.
drove
It was Anthony.
It's a kit.
Somebody hit first.
Okay, I do. I do have to fold in and out of it a little bit.
Okay.
It's a little 4-speed, and I bought it so I can teach my kids how to drive a standard.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they need to be able to drive a standard. But I
You're
It's
trying to get
important.
them in a truck is what you're trying
in the
to
big
do.
truck. No, I'm out of the trucking business.
Can we get a picture of you crammed in this truck, though?
Yeah, I can send you a video of my 14-year-old Cooper. He got in it last Saturday. We got in it. He had a little trouble getting it started, but man, he got the roll.
Have you taught them the heel? And the best
hadn't
place
quite
to
made it
learn
that
is
far
Rush
yet.
Hospital.
And we were doing this in a field. We were not doing this on a public street or highway in the state of Mississippi, just so everyone knows.
Right there by Mr. Discount, that hill right there, that's
Yeah.
an awesome learning spot.
It is.
Hey, I agree with him. How many kids out there now, how many adults
Can't drive
Can't
one.
drive.
couldn't drive a
Yeah.
standard if they had to? I had a good friend, somebody sent his daughter outside to roll up the window. It was about to start raining. Had an old truck. She come, Daddy, how you roll the window up? Wasn't electric windows. It was maybe it's the crank, on the side.
Crank?
Had no clue how to roll a window up.
I can still remember one of my friends. We passed by it when you come in my shop.
You
come to
remember
my
whenever
studio.
y'all used to crank the cars in the front? Is that what you was about to say? I thought that's what he was about to
That's
say.
where he was going.
That's where he was going.
He's sitting there really tell
I
off.
remember that whenever we used to have the turn.
Yeah, when the Model T became the Model A.
But y'all remember my old 66, you walk by it all the time. And eventually I'm going to put an automatic
I'm
transmission
gonna
in.
fix that one day.
Yep.
We
But
walk
it's,
by it because it don't ever move.
it's 3 on the tree. But I can remember the first time I drove it to Meridian, that hill that you're talking about, which you got to learn how to keep a vehicle running.
Yeah.
But it's an extra challenge when you've got 3 on the tree and the gears hang up. And because you've got...
You got to get out and get on the firewall and
and it wouldn't come undone.
That's
And
right.
no matter how far I shook, it wouldn't come loose. And
the synchronizers or whatever
Yeah.
out there on
And
the
so-
firewall, and you got to get out and
I had to reach that hush.
somebody blew the horn at him that day.
So
He had to run
we
back
had a-
real quick and take a picture so he could post it
I
before he
had
could fix his car.
I had to pull up that emergency brake and go back there and put a block under the wheel and then open the hood and do I guess you would call it the jig, where you shake it real hard to get it undone. No one knows the challenges of the old days. All right, we're going to commercial because you two are messing, and I'm. We'll be right back.
The Preserve at Meridian is the premier senior living community in the Meridian area, offering independent living cottages, assisted living, and maintain their independence and pursue an engaging lifestyle with a robust activities calendar, personalized care programs, wellness activities, restaurant-style dining, and much more. Call or visit us online today at preserveatmeridian.com to schedule your personal tour.
Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs, your local pharmacy and gift shop, thanks you for your continued support. Whether you shop with us in-store, through our app, over the phone, or in our drive-thru, our team will provide the best personalized customer service experience you expect from your local pharmacy. When you call or message us, you are promptly greeted by the Mr. Discount team that's ready to help. When you choose our pharmacy, you're choosing a locally owned pharmacy that cares about you and your community. Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs makes a difference.
H&H Residential of Meridian is your #1 carpet and flooring store. If you've been thinking of a new look for your home or office, call for a free estimate or consultation. H&H can install or you can do it yourself. H&H has all of your design needs from color, style, and texture. If you can dream it, H&H can make it a reality. Come see the large selection of hardwood flooring, laminate, vinyl, and even carpet. H&H Residential of Meridian, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, 321 Hawkins Crossing Road. Call Rosemary anytime, 601-462-9541.
Say, welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. This is Odie. You're getting birthdays all together over there coming up, aren't you?
Yeah, we've got some stuff, and I want to bring this up. This isn't a birthday, but
What is it?
we were talking earlier about the service and the years that Barry White has put in for Clark County. We've got somebody that has put in some time and some service to Meridian, Mississippi, and that is Chief Joey Hand with Meridian Fire Department. He is 29 years day-to-day service. He's going to retire with almost 31 years of service to Meridian and the city of Meridian through Meridian Fire Department. And he is retiring today. Meridian is losing a good man, a lot of knowledge. He was dedicated to the fire service.
Sure was.
Battalion chief, went to interim chief, just a good guy. And
If I'm not mistaken, is he the volunteer fire chief in Hickory?
his wife is the fire chief in Hickory.
Okay.
And
they say
so
he's
sorry.
quite a tractor mechanic too,
Yes,
from what I heard.
He is a great tractor. So, and I guess he's going to go full time doing that, but he definitely
Green Acres is the place.
That's
to
it.
be.
He's
He earned it, man. Go home and relax.
Yep. Salute. We appreciate
That's
what
right.
you do.
A couple of days busting them knuckles with them wrenches slipping, he may want to go back.
I agree with that.
Ginger Hand, his wife, is the fire chief there in Hickory. And now, he's not the only tractor mechanic. She's right there with him, replacing transmissions, rebuilding this. It's both of them. Great people. Couldn't ask for a finer gentleman.
we appreciate what you do.
Congratulations, Joey. And hope that you're able to smile and keep going.
1921 is where we're headed as we kick off our trivia. Can these two outdo that girl? She's not here.
Well,
Are you up for the challenge?
I guess. Let's roll with it.
You got to watch this guy on this history, though.
Well, but
all you gotta do is play dumb, and I'll be used to her sitting there.
I'm probably going to make Julia look like an Einstein by the time this is over.
I think I'm right on this. I could be wrong, but let me say these words. What was it that Johnny Carson used to do where he'd hold his head and do that with a great...
Oh, yeah.
Was it the Cross Your Heart Bra? Does that mean anything to you two?
Yes.
Am I right? Is she the one that done this?
I think so.
It seems like it. Because she
was a poster girl. Back
Look
in
at that. We got the sheriff getting embarrassed, y'all. He's turning red. Any guesses?
Betty Gable? I don't
Is this
know.
the first question?
It is. Who is she? She was born in 1921. She was a movie star, and I think she went on to do the Cross Your Heart Bra.
Give you a hint.
She was very shapely.
Think of Tarzan and his girlfriend.
Jane?
Okay.
Yeah? What's that last name?
Dot got it.
Russell.
Yep,
Jane Russell.
Jane Russell there.
I can read. I didn't know it. But I can read.
Y'all don't remember that? She used to. That was big during the 70s. Your crush. Yeah, y'all are.
Man, we had to turn the TV antenna just to be able to get that channel.
I do remember that.
Turning the
Believe it or
TV
not.
channel.
Having just a few channels.
Oh, he had that push button rotary thing that moved the antenna.
We had that one. Don't you move. Hold that in. Hold right there. Right there. It's good.
You didn't have to worry about anybody stealing your TV because they couldn't get
Oh,
it.
yeah. It'd take 12 people to load a 19-inch TV.
That's exactly right.
1933, this next guy would be born, and he was there to take care of you. It was a big TV show where if you were a star, you had to go. It was a big yacht, so to speak. It was called The Love Boat, and he...
I remember The Love Boat.
Yeah, the Captain Steubing.
No. He was the other guy.
He was the doctor.
He was the doctor.
Oh, okay. Wore the glasses. He
Yep.
looked
It's his
like
birthday.
Chevy Chase to me. Yeah.
He
Bernie
does resemble it.
Yeah, Bernie Copel.
Is that how you pronounce a couple? But, who doesn't remember that? He was always so straightforward with his part there.
Why's he got to ask all these hard questions? I mean,
I don't know. I think Julia's beating both of us, so she's not even here.
Yeah, exactly.
This one I almost left out, but I thought, why not let them go for it there as we go back.
Greg's watched this, and I'm sure Anthony's seen it.
We can hear it now going down the street to float. Twist and shout. The movie.
He was in school.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
All right, there was a character on there.
Played his dad.
Yeah, the one. You remember the car?
I remember the car that they stole.
No, that was his buddy's daddy.
Yeah,
this
that was
is
his buddy's
Ferris's
daddy.
daddy.
Yeah, y'all remember
Ferris's
this?
dad was out. Yeah, he was out of town.
I almost forgot this guy even existed.
That was a good movie.
That was 1984. Can y'all believe
When that movie was
Dang.
made? 84.
84.
Yeah, that was 2 years before I was born, Scotty Ray.
No, 86.
Was it 86?
Oh, it was 86.
Yeah, Ferris
That-
86.
Okay. well,
Same year you were born?
Same year I was born.
Oh.
I was actually driving in '86.
Anthony. I didn't realize he was such a baby.
I didn't realize we were that old.
All right, Greg can get this one.
I'm not sure he's going to get
The
this
answer's
one.
probably Hogan's Heroes.
This was
Or Daisy Duke,
Yeah, I got that.
or Mary Ann off of Gilligan's Island. One of the three. Which one is
Or
it?
Jeannie.
The sad part is I heard this not long ago redone to rap.
Oh no!
I had Scouts on, or I
You
did.
cross a line when you start redoing real music with that.
And I sat there and I listened and I thought, I know this song. And he was like, boy, that's weird. Of course, this goes back to the 1980s when the gold chains and you got to show your hairy chest and all that good stuff. It was written about New Orleans is what it was about. He had said Midnight Rodeo. I'll take you to
Mr.
that
T.
Midnight Rodeo. Do you remember that song?
No.
He's
out.
Greg's supposed to lose it. A guy that named Leon Everett had a song. Do you know it?
No, I remember that name.
Can't blame it comes round every June.
Oh, yeah.
Hurricane.
Yeah, the hurricane. Yes, yeah.
Old Blackwater,
That's probably the
she's a-
only. He didn't have but one or two hits.
Two
did he?
hits, the Midnight Rodeo and this song, and then he disappeared. But it talked about it takes a lot of water to
Yeah.
wash away New Orleans.
Yep.
He's got two more
Anthony
than
has
we
no
do.
clue.
No.
Look at that look.
But I mean, they play that song.
It's
a
still-
good bit. Yeah, it's very. But he didn't. That was it. He
Yeah,
didn't do nothing
he
else.
disappeared. I didn't watch this. I'm sorry.
Shoreline did.
There's a lot of people that did that loved it. It's where Michael J. Fox got his start.
Oh yeah, the Goofy show. Yeah, I didn't like
yeah.
it. He was a young kid.
Yeah, the mom has a birthday today. Anybody remember watching this? Meredith Baxter?
Family Ties or whatever.
Yeah, I didn't watch that show. Anthony?
I didn't get
I
that
remember.
channel.
I remember it, but I don't recall.
Yeah, but he was 2 years old. Come on.
Well, it would have been rerun.
Yeah.
Later on.
He was on the Smurfs back then.
Hey, I like the Smurfs.
We're going to stay with it. This is what is so peculiar about this, how two people who aren't married worked on the same show have the same birthday. This is weird. Really. The dad has a birthday too. Michael Gross. Oh, Harry Face himself. Y'all really aren't liking our
No,
challenge
your
today.
questions kind of stink today.
Let's see here. She had a, I'll take an obscure song and see if they can get it.
There he goes using one. What does that mean?
An obscure song.
Yeah,
Yeah, that word.
is that like acapella or something?
Abstract or something.
She had a 455 rocket. I don't know if you
That's an
remember.
Oldsmobile.
That's right. It was a song about it. Do you remember the song?
Burns like a rocket, Billy Joe Royal.
No. This would be a female. And she describes the car, but her biggest song,
Little Deuce Coupe.
her biggest song will always go down as being remembered is talk about a guy that's retiring, and he might have a dozen roses for his wife.
Kathy Mattea.
There you go. She was born today in 1959.
One for Greg.
He finally got him down there to where I can understand something.
But that was really a good song.
And she wasn't. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like that song, but it wasn't like she was she wasn't.
No, she was not.
She wasn't no Barbara Mandrell.
No. That was her
Sheriff.
biggest claim to fame there.
Well, Sheriff Kemp said I was playing with Transformers. That's probably true.
Got it true. Oh, let's see here.
This one.
I recall a gypsy woman. If Hollywood don't need you, honey, I still do. Last night I drove the truck to Amarillo.
You hadn't named that yet, and you listen to him twice a day.
Man. Let's see. Lord, I hope this day is good.
Don Williams.
I'm feeling empty and the day is good.
Don Williams.
He would have a number one today in 1975, and it was all about his wife. Let me see. I'm testing Greg here. You're
Come on,
my
Greg.
bread.
You ain't got it yet,
when
Greg.
I'm hungry.
It's Don Williams, ain't it?
Right, but do you know the song? You're my breath. You gave life to our children.
Yeah, okay.
And you're my best friend.
Yeah.
He almost got it.
Wasn't the answer Don Williams?
No, it was actually "You're My Best Friend" is what I was looking for. But Don Williams was it. Okay. Boy, look at this look on Anthony's face over there.
I'm sorry, y'all talking to me?
He's still looking up obscure. Leave him alone.
If you had to think of the 70s, and I look at this as being his biggest hit, his signature song to most. Women, I don't think he was a handsome man, but women just loved this man. He had that growl, and they just,
Hello.
I was going to say
Conway. Harold Lloyd Jenkins is his actual name.
It was number one today. Hello, darling.
Had that.
I have heard that before. I do know that.
Have you ever used
Fish
that?
Camp Jukebox.
Hello, darling.
Speaking of, did you ever play that on a moonlit night in a pasture somewhere in Clark County trying to hit on a girl?
I'm pretty sure I didn't. Sure didn't.
Good answer.
But you know,
Hello, darling. You didn't really?
would-
Wait a minute. We got a bigger problem here. What kind of song did you use over there?
I never said anything about a field or a woman.
Trying to back out of this, and we all know.
Never did.
Come on now. So what was the Moonlight Dash song that you used to swooze the women?
Mallory's the only one he tried to smooth
This man is not answering this. I've never seen Anthony
speechless.
and he is.
There had to be one of them Romanical songs that sticks out.
What?
Romanical. That sticks
What's the
out.
Romans got to do with this?
You had to woo her with your charm.
It wasn't his knowledge of trivia that got him anywhere, is it?
Well, I'll give you one for you. The fact that it was not
Jefferson
romantic
Starship?
is not germane to the situation. There's you some trivia. Where'd that line come from?
I got that one.
This next guy married somebody famous. He was a world champion cowboy. They were married for 10 years before the marriage just didn't work out because
World champion cowboy, Chris
he was
Ledoux, George
And she was
Strait.
a hot little redhead.
she was a redhead. She got her start. She was singing.
Reba?
There you go. She married the champion today. Y'all remember a guy named Charlie Battles?
No,
Nope.
Really?
no.
Never heard
he
of it.
was.
But
he
Reba
was-
to me is like most awesomest. I mean, I'm sorry.
He was in the 70s. This guy was it when it come to a cowboy. Had his own ranch, and he died back in 13. But they were married. Her career was taken off. You know, she got recognized at a rodeo for singing the national anthem. Her
She's from Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Had a brother that tried to make it
Yeah, he
into.
wasn't good.
He was a cowboy, and he tried to make it into
Pate.
Pate. Yeah, because that's an odd name.
Couldn't
I'm
tell you a
sorry.
single song that he done. It didn't work out.
But I bet he still laughed all the way to the bank. He
Yeah.
got a sister's got that kind of money. I bet
She
they
gonna make you
liked
a road
each other. I bet
manager.
they didn't argue. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am. I'll go get that for you.
Yeah. I pulled the bus around.
Look at old Johnny Moore there.
What's he
left you a
saying?
comment there, Greg.
Most awesomeness. That's some Clarkdale English that Greg's got going on.
I diagrammed that. I did not leave a dangling participle.
Rodney says that Reba is a real woman.
Yeah.
I have to agree with that. I think most
Hey, I
people do.
like that show, Reba.
It was funny, wasn't
I
it?
like
Was?
that.
I remember that.
What do you mean? I thought it's still on, ain't it?
Yeah, we watch it every evening. If you go through, that'll be a rerun.
The rerun, yeah.
It's good stuff. It is. Reba done good. I hear that she may be doing another show. I'm afraid Reba's getting some age, isn't she?
Yeah, what is she? She got to be in her 70s, I guess.
I feel like, you tell me, Odie, that Anthony's going to have the advantage on this.
Yeah, he'll come up with this one. So there was
it's a big movie.
Big movie.
I don't know movie.
It dealt with some space. It wasn't Star Wars, anything like that. It's just New Age stuff. Where
Had
you
that-
got
had
that
that
little
little bitty-
tree and the raccoon.
Yeah, and they rode around in a spaceship.
Guardians of the Galaxy. He was the pilot.
I don't know this.
You didn't watch that?
Now, what is this? I
This
mean,
g's like, seriously.
Star Trek or something?
And
I
he's
don't
like a
No,
huge
Guardian of the
Christian.
Galaxy.
He's taking it because he stands up for Christian beliefs. Guardians of the Galaxy? You don't know this guy?
No.
Chris Pratt?
Chris Pratt.
Yeah, I am familiar with him, but I didn't. Not
He
familiar
played
with
in something else, but I can't remember.
Y'all do remember the question that you asked me earlier about how many hours a week you work? It does not leave much time.
There ain't
for
much
TV.
Netflix in there.
We know you sent your patrol car and look at videos.
Barry and Barney, my bad.
That's all right.
All right, let's see here. What else? This is going to favor, without a doubt.
Todd Kemp said John Candy and Spaceball. I do remember Spaceball.
They're coming out with Spaceballs too.
I know John Candy. So yeah, we're
That
They're
was
doing
funny.
a number 2 Jurassic Park movies.
In country music, you look back on things that came along and duos that were big together.
Brooks and Dunn.
Before that, 1979. That was 1991. Let's go back to the early 70s when it wasn't real popular, but these two kind of trailblazed that as doing a duet together.
Mo and Joe.
There you go.
That's all I could think of.
I was going to say Mutt and Jeff, but I wasn't.
We go back to remember
Well, you
just
had
good
the
old
M and J.
boys.
That's exactly right.
You had the M and J ready.
He turned the dump truck over in the mayor's yard. Yeah. What'd he say? They bought an outboard Evinrude, borrowed his
I
money. or
hocked my
something.
wife's diamond ring last June. Bought myself a outboard Evinrude. Other than that,
Hey, Evinrude was good outboard
That's
motor.
exactly.
That and a Johnson, which are pretty much the same outboard motor.
yeah, if you got to
that's
hock
fine anyway.
your wife's ring to go get it, that's the brand to get it.
I just thought I'd throw that out there.
Now, Mo Bandy's from Meridian, right?
He sure is.
And Joe Stampley's from somewhere in Louisiana.
That's correct.
Now, Joe Stampley, that's old man Stampley's grandson, right?
Well, I mean,
Well,
that
yeah, I'm
makes
pretty
sense.
sure.
It was-
I thought he was. But I was pretty sure that he was.
He used deduction to get to that.
And the ring,
That's some of that Common Core deduction.
what is shocking on this is this guy is from Meridian, Mississippi. Mo Bandy in the world of country music is big, and there is so little recognition given.
And he's still out there, isn't he?
Yeah, he's still out there. He still tours.
Yeah. Him and
Bandy, I'm Bandy,
the rodeo clown, yes.
What was the song that Susie Bogus, Someday Soon? He had a huge hit with that. The guy is extremely good. We also have a Grammy Award winner from Mississippi, from Meridian, Mississippi, that no one knows about.
Who's that?
Mike.
Mike Compton.
A Grammy winner, and nobody even knows it because it's never put out.
Wow.
That She was hot. He owned a business, and he was accused of possibly having foul play with his wife when she disappeared off of that yacht.
Yeah, it still hadn't been completely closed.
No, it's still an open case. It's Christopher Walking may have been a guest on the boat too that night.
Christopher Walken?
That's him. Yeah, him too.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
This was a big show. It had a little dog, rode around in a Rolls Royce.
Heart to Heart.
There you go. Made TV guys.
Jonathan and what was his wife's name?
Jennifer.
Jennifer, that's it.
That was
and
a-
Max was the dog or the chauffeur?
Chauffeur, and Freeway was the dog.
Freeway was the dog. That's right.
That was
Heart
really-
to Heart. That was a good show. But if you remember right, the front of their house looked so weird.
I'm trying to remember.
Had the circular
That
driveway.
they pulled up
Yeah.
like right beside it looked like an office building or something.
Sure did.
I
Probably
still
was.
remember Heart to Heart. Stephanie Powers.
She was
wasn't
a
it?
Stephanie
beautiful
Powers.
woman.
Oh yeah. Now hey, she was sharp.
She sure was. Do you have no idea what we're talking about, do you?
I mean, I know faces better than I do names a lot of times. So
Man.
I'll take Greg's word for it. Yeah, I'm just saying.
He's a trusting soul.
Yes, he is. I don't even know how to describe this. This was a cartoon.
So this guy,
Cartoon, all right.
He had a son that came in, had a cartoon as well, but he carried a club with him everywhere he went.
It's tough.
And he always hollered his
Far
name.
side.
That guy,
No.
with the I know what you're talking
The
about. with the hair.
caveman walking with the
And they-
club.
yeah. Captain Caveman.
Caveman.
It ended today. And I'd forgotten about the 3 girls that ran around with Captain Caveman.
Captain Caveman.
Yeah.
Because then he had Captain Caveman and Son.
I'd forgotten
I don't
all
remember
about
that
it.
one.
That just goes to show
I
you
didn't know
you
he
can be a big
procreated.
hairy gorilla toting a club and you'll attract women if you're success.
I got a feeling that one of y'all were in the other place listening to this song at some point.
Brick house.
She's a brick. Actually,
The other place was that.
Behind
Where
the
was
new
that?
That was
Waffle
one of
House
those-
there off of
Behind Bill
North
Etheridge, Lincoln
Frontage
Mercury.
Road.
One of
Bill
those
Etheridge.
horrible places that Odie
I-
hung out.
I was.
yeah,
That's
he
where
hung out.
me and Greg met.
This was 1981. It was released today. Probably their signature song, since I don't know any other songs that they do. I'm going to go ahead and throw it out there because I don't know if we could sit here all day and debate it. But who remembers "Sweet Child of Mine"?
Guns N' Roses, yeah.
Yep, remember that.
They all needed a haircut, in my opinion.
On a dark night, I'd think that was a group of women coming after me.
Yeah, ain't no doubt.
That's
I thought
kinda-
it was a group of women when you put it up there.
It does look like it.
I can honestly say I never had any of their cassettes.
I didn't either, but I did go to prom once, and they had one. And they're the ones that saying that "Pour Some Sugar on Me."
No, that was Poison.
Oh, okay. You ever tried that, Anthony?
No.
Pour
Okay.
some sugar.
Poison or sugar?
Sugar.
A lot of times sugar is poison is anyhow.
That's true.
It looks like sugar.
You know,
This guy would do what?
Nothing. Never mind.
He forgot he was
Carry on.
We moved to 1982, and this guy was making it big around 1980 with a big movie there on a warm
Randy
summer's
Travis,
eve.
Kenny Rogers and the Gambler.
Well, yeah, but this would be a different style song, as he was into the movies and things at that time. And then, as we'll put this up, do you remember "Love Will
Kenny
Turn You
Rogers.
Around"?
Yeah.
Love will turn.
Kenny Rogers, he was in a bunch of Hallmark movies too, wasn't he, or something?
No, man.
Yeah, the worst thing ever happened is when he had that plastic surgery. Oh
Yeah.
my God, that's the worst plastic surgery.
Well, he's always got a smile.
But yeah, he looked like that dude, that plastic Santa Claus on the side. Like you couldn't eat.
Oh yeah.
But you gotta give credit.
That's what he would do.
What my favorite Kenny Rogers movie was Six Pack.
That's where I was going.
Never
Oh,
seen
yes.
it. That was a good movie.
Great acting. He
Yes.
even done one with Dolly in the Smoky Mountain. It's one of those Hallmark movies. He did do one there.
So, wait a minute. You watched it?
Well, my mama did, and I was in the room.
Did I not
was in
get
the room.
thrown under a bus about 2 or 3 weeks ago about my Hallmark movies?
Oh, yeah.
What was the name of it, Greg? I know you've seen it.
Smoky Mountain Christmas.
So it's something like that.
It's something like that. You know, most of those Hallmark movies, you know, normally some guy moves away and writes a book and comes back and finds the love of his life, and it's like snowing year round.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
And they got a
runs
kiss,
in,
they
runs
got a
into
kiss, and they,
yeah, and in the she's been working in a coffee shop. And
the
comes
road
out,
gets
meets him.
closed because of the mountain pass.
That's
and
it. The
slope.
phone lines are down.
That's
and-
right. That's right.
All right, so Amy's done got on here on me. And then Johnny, he's had to jump in, and
Def Leppard.
Deanne and Drew and everybody. And even Angie's got on here. You're wrong.
About
Def
what?
Leppard.
It wasn't Poison. It was Def Leppard that sang Pour Some Sugar
Who
on
come up with that name?
Pour some sugar
No,
on me?
Def.
Oh, Def Leppard.
Well, they had a
We're
leopard.
sitting
They had a
around in a-
leopard. They had a leopard that couldn't.
I mean,
hear.
never would come to him when they called
But
him.
you know, as you make a fine example there, you go, well, how did Conway come up with him? He was in Conway, Arkansas at the time, and
That's
he
right.
saw a truck go by, and it all came together
Conway Twitty.
and merged them. There's been a lot of names like that, but Def Leppard, that's a tough one.
Bunch of hippies sitting around in the basement doing some of that poison
Passing.
stuff.
Some
and-
of that hashish.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
It's like, what do you name a dog that doesn't have any legs?
I'm scared, and don't go there, Odie.
Doesn't matter because he ain't going to come to you no way.
Well, you name it. If a dog's got 3 legs, you name him tripod.
Tripod.
yeah,
that's
yeah.
Oh, that'd have been.
Kinda
This
like
one,
Eileen working at IHOP.
This was 1986 is where we go next. A group of ladies were making it big there. They had 2 songs, and Greg's not going to get it because we talked about them once before, and you missed it. You didn't seem to like them, but it was big. The Forrester Sisters, if you remember that
I
group
didn't
there.
get that.
Mama's Never Seen Those Eyes, as it was number one
Ooh,
today,
look
back
at
in
the-
'86.
I wish I'd have been selling them their Aquanet. I'm talking about that's some hair.
I thought they
there,
were a group that went out and cruised timber. I really didn't. Specialize in silviculture.
We moved to 1989, and we'll call it he was a part of the class of 1989. This would be his first song that was released, and it was huge. It was big. It would make a staple before he went Hollywood. The rest of the world.
He wore a black hat.
Yeah.
Clint Black.
There you go. There you go. Clint Black, Killing Time, was released today.
And I still say, and I'm not taking anything away from him because
Right.
he's good, but I still say there's so many artists that came along in that time period that Garth Brooks just overshadowed. And
He
I'm not
crushed him.
taking anything. I'm Garth Brooks, like I said, if I'm
Yeah.
not a huge Garth Brooks fan, but I believe there's so many artists that would have went further or been more well known. But Garth Brooks just kicked the ball out of the park.
He did.
He was everything to most people.
Like
All
you
in-
said the other day, he was also a salesman.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, he was a performer. He wasn't just a talented artist, which he was very talented. He can do any kind of music.
And if you've ever met the man and talked to him, Man,
I've
he's
never
good.
I've never met him, but I know he's obviously, but he seems to speak in third person.
But I remember the night that I met him. The very first time I met him, it was backstage. You know, in most of these places, when you meet these fancy stars, you go in and there's 12 people standing around. You can't do this, you can't do that. Now, when you get over here, he's going to take your picture, and you got to get out. Garf's standing there, and there were some people in front of me that had won tickets to a show, and they had went and bought Garf shirts, Garth hats, and he goes, Did y'all win that? They go, no, I went over there and bought it. And he goes, whoa. He goes, you're a guest at my show. He said, I'm not going to have you do it. He reaches in his pocket, pulls out $200-$300 and pays him back. He goes, if you're a winner at my show, you're not buying a T-shirt. And it was like,
That's cool.
Whoa.
So Scotty Ray stepped up and said, I bought this car to get here with you.
But he wanted to go.
What is that?
That's the ceiling.
That's back at
That's up here.
I felt like I was in some sort of weird.
But, he also...
You are.
He went on to offer these folks a drink. Y'all want a drink? Y'all want a Coke? You want something to eat? And the other stars didn't do that.
They wouldn't have. Everything else was just like an assembly line.
Yeah.
Get a picture, get out.
right.
But
Mom said he has a degree in marketing.
Huge. I mean, but a lot of those artists, I think, might have been more well known.
You're right.
Had it not been for.
And he does, Bob. He does have that marketing degree, and he knew how to use it.
Yeah.
We brought up this guy just a few days ago. He was from Mississippi. As a matter of fact, it was yesterday we talked about the Blues Brothers. And
Dan Aykroyd?
Close. He was in the car as they drove down through, I think it was Chicago. They're driving through there, and everybody's selling their product on the street, and you hear that boom, boom, boom. Mississippi's own from Jackson, Mississippi, as we bring up the loss of John Lee Hooker.
Oh, yeah.
But he was good.
Oh, yeah.
When it comes to the Blues, his name is right there.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to shoot you right down.
I love, everybody knows me, knows I love old country music, but I love blues. Real, slow, get down blues.
It's good, isn't it?
Now, I don't like the fast stuff and all that, but some good show enough blues, man.
Yeah, and the blues songs where they're always, it's always a cheating song in blues. I don't know if y'all have ever caught on to that. Say it ain't so.
Oh, yeah. Well, that and She's My TV Mama, the one with the big wide screen.
I've never heard that one. We go back to 2001. We would lose this guy. The last few years of his life, he spent advocating against drugs because he had lost his son to it. But as we go back at his time, boy, he was a real inventor.
Bill Gillespie.
That's correct.
Carol O'Connor.
Carol O'Connor.
Well, it was.
I
Bill
knew when you
Gillespie.
mentioned that about his about the son. I
20. Yeah, I believe it's been 23
And
years.
that was his son that was on In the Heat of the Night. Right.
Yeah, he
right
gave
there.
him a job
Yeah.
to try and help him get straight.
What was his name? Lonnie? No, that wasn't Lonnie. What's his son's
You
name
got
on In the Heat of the
Sweet.
Night?
Is right there on the
Sweet
left. Then you got
Parker.
Parker and
There's his son, and then Bubba.
Bubba.
And then boom.
That's terrible. I can't remember his name.
You know what? Lonnie, I believe that's his real name.
Yeah, but I can almost.
Parker's the one besides Sweet.
Yeah, Parker's the one that's
Yeah.
got the good haircut like mine.
He's got more hair.
Parker was always on the radio.
Always
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
phone, and the chief always knew it.
Getting that
Or
coffee.
eating. He's always kind of like Barry when he worked in dispatch. Always had that 12-inch Subway sandwich.
Dot says that Bubba was fine. Bubba was just that old boy there.
That's
that
right.
you know. Do y'all remember the episode where the girl come to town and she calls Bubba because she thinks somebody's breaking into the room?
Oh yeah, and she
Yeah,
ended up
yeah.
killing her
Yes.
husband,
Yeah,
boyfriend,
And
whatever.
the chief
out at
kept
the
trying to
camp
tell him
house.
she's using you.
Don't
and
get in the
Bubba
middle of
couldn't
that,
say it.
Bubba.
Right. That's right. Bubba had the S10 that had the little wooden cattle panel. Remember the cattle
Sure
panels on the
did.
back? I remember vehicles. Bubba had some nice vehicles.
He did. He moved up and got him a Dodge at one point. He was on. As we go back to 06, this winds up our moment in history, and of course it goes to the man, the King George, I guess you could say, but it was a Jamie Johnson song that he would record today. It went all the way to number one 15 times.
Don't give it
That's
just
it.
give it away.
Give it away. That big 4-poster bed.
Oh yeah.
And of course, I heard Jamie Johnson do that one night with Leanne Womack. Man, that was some kind of fun.
Jamie Johnson to me and Chris Stapleton, I both of them. Their music. Which one did the Four Walls Rayford?
That would be
What?
Jamie.
Man,
He's
if
four.
I had hair, it'd stand up. I mean, that's just that. I mean, that just puts a quiver in your liver to hear that sing that song. I mean, it's just
what?
amazing. The quiver in your liver.
You ain't never had a quiver in your liver?
I guess not.
You ain't never went
And
parking,
you
it
being one
sounds
of them
like.
lawmen, you know about Rayford, that's the
It's
prison
prison.
in Florida.
Yeah, and he's he's an Army vet, and he's accused of robbing the store, and he didn't do, and he's got 2 years left.
Four
and he
walls
goes,
of
I
Rayford.
can't take it no
He
more.
got
I
to
gotta
run.
go.
He's got to run.
Only me and Jesus know.
That's right.
Nadine says Greg looks like he's really, really concentrating trying to get these answers. Well, he doesn't think an awful lot.
That's right. Most things just kind of, it's there.
What is this Casey's writing? Bubba, Bubba, Hubba, Bubba.
Hubba,
Man,
hubba.
Bubba must have just really been the looker of the show because these ladies think he's something else.
Oh, he was, yeah, but my thing was, then he talked about going to school at Alabama, and I just kind of lost it. But you know.
John, I have to agree with John on this. One of if you've ever heard him sing "Lead Me Home," it is the
yeah.
funeral song
Yes, sir.
of the funeral. Woo. It's stout, it's strong. We'll be right back. So much more to come as we get this morning underway. Scotty Ray and the gang, and Odie. And Odie, you look a little red today.
That's just my.
That's that tanning bed. That's what it is. He fell asleep in the tanning bed.
He said the
Odie.
timer broke on it.
It was.
He couldn't get out.
Yeah.
You were like major extra red.
Well, you
today.
know how cheap he is. He carried a TV dinner in there with him and was going to warm it up while he was in the bed, and he wouldn't get out until his TV dinner got warm.
And his SpaghettiOs spilled everywhere.
Summertime has arrived, and Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 has the exact lawnmower for your need. If you've got a big yard with acres and acres to mow, they have a mower for that. No matter the size yard you have, Freeman Tractor has the lawnmower that fits you and your budget. From 48-inch all the way up to 6 more. Plenty of these to choose from. Also, they carry a complete line of LS tractors. Come by for a test drive today. Financing available. Drop in today to Freeman Tractor, Highway 494, see coleslaw or buttermilk.
Just $41 a month for this new Brother embroidery machine. Buy it local and get instructions for life, service, financing, the lowest price guaranteed, and take it home today at the Sewing and Vacuum Center in Meridian and So Select in Flowood and Hattiesburg.
Rockhouse Gun and Pound, located at 5430 Highway 19 North, is ready for spring. From weed eaters to push and riding lawnmowers, and one of the largest selections you'll find in chainsaws, along with power tools and generators for backup power. Maybe you're in the market for a TV or maybe a guitar. And not to mention a large selection of diamond rings and Louis Vuitton purses. The Rockhouse Gun and Pawn even has a private lobby for your pawns for confidentiality. Visit them today, Highway 19 North, Rockhouse Gun and Pawn. Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty. I want to brag on somebody. It started out in Meridian. It's
Oh,
been
you ain't
expanded.
got to do that. Oh, wait.
We were both like, we're like them women on the, what's it, like Miss America. Who is
Philadelphia, they're doing a fantastic job this week with Love Out Loud. It will continue through today. They're going around town doing great things. We appreciate them.
Awesome.
Some of our folks were up there yesterday taking pictures, and we appreciate everybody.
Hey, what they cooking?
47 churches are involved in this there.
Like you've
Looks
ever
like
been
chicken
worried
spaghetti.
about what they're
That does
cooking
look
just when
like
it's
chicken
ready.
spaghetti.
And is that macaroni? No, that is chicken spaghetti, isn't it?
Oh, where are they going to be?
Ooh, I love me some chicken spaghetti now.
That's right.
So drive-through prayer, all this is going to be, and it started at Northcrest and it's expanded.
That's right. I remember them starting that a few years ago.
Yeah.
Well, it might be several years ago.
That's
Well, it's
awesome.
been, they started that probably about close to 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And
But
then
look at
gained in
this.
one more church, and then like 2 others, and
That's good.
it's just grown.
Well,
That's
it's good when something good catches
Well,
on
like
and spreads
this.
instead
That's
of
right.
something bad, you know?
Helping clean somebody's house that can't do it.
Yeah.
There's little things like that. Lemonade stands. You ought to start this down. Do y'all do it in Clark, or do you know?
I'm not sure. We have different churches. Well, it's not necessarily maybe that certain situation like that considered that, but they will do different things throughout the year.
12 years. It's been going on for 12 years, and that's awesome to have something like that continue to go on.
That's right.
Any of y'all been to Wiggins lately?
It's booming down there.
Yeah, my friend who owns Dark Horse Press.
Yeah,
was
Therese.
down,
Yeah,
she was
yeah.
down there and she covered a story, and I
Oh,
thought,
that's a shame.
this is awful, y'all.
Oh.
This is what went on. This is what we had a watermelon truck catch
What?
fire, and everything gone.
Where'd that? Is that on
Wiggins.
49? What road is that on?
53 feet of it there. Let's see here. Tuesday night, 53 foot. Look at that. I mean, there is nothing left of those watermelons.
I'm trying to look and see where that happened at.
Well, it doesn't really say there. It was around 4 a.m. when it
I'm
happened.
going to tell you, I think Anthony said it. Wiggins is, but I mean that used to be a wide place in the road. You know
It
what I'm
did.
saying? And now they got a lot of things going on there.
I lived down there. Well, I actually lived in Biloxi in 2008 when I started out on the highway patrol. I started in 07, but that year. But it's changed so much since then. But I spent a lot of time in Wiggins and Stone County working back and forth.
Tupelo, sometimes it's employees that do things wrong.
No.
Yep. They were up at the Walmart there, and somebody said my purse got stolen. It was an employee that stole it. They backtracked that beautiful bean footage, and off to jail he went. Tupelo, that happened. It can happen to you anywhere.
That's right.
But you better remember, there are cameras everywhere.
Oh.
There are cameras on dirt roads in the middle of nowhere. You can't do nothing. You're on camera just about anywhere you go.
I had to, you have that thought. We got the announcement that we lost Donald Sutherland yesterday. It's Keith Sutherland's daddy. Yeah. And I kept straining my brain going, I know a movie that he's been in, and it wasn't none of these of the
Hunger Games.
Backdraft is what you're thinking.
Which one?
Backdraft?
No, wasn't it. It was before that, because I kept thinking he's a hippie. He played a hippie, and I kept straining my brain, and then it hit me. It was Animal House. He was the professor that might have been partaking of
B-Dog.
Y'all remember
I didn't
that?
think about that.
Yeah.
And this is sort of the way he looked in that movie.
Wow.
There, he was a hippie, but I'd forgotten about that, and it just hit me. Gosh, it looks like that guy from Animal House. But he does.
A Time to Kill, did he play? It was his son Kiefer that played in A Time to Kill. Did
24.
Donald play in that too?
I don't know.
A Time to Kill with oh my goodness, they actually filmed it around Canton in Madison County. It was
He was in MASH, but you're right. They done a lot of that.
He was in. Does Dr. Sidney, the psychiatrist in MASH?
Here he is in MASH. Let me show you the picture here from Daily Mail. There he is there from MASH.
yeah.
I'd almost forgotten about all of that. But passed away at the age of 8. I think he's had a long illness. It's
Kelly's Heroes. The Dirty
Sure was.
Dozen.
I'd forgotten about the Dirty Dozen.
Yeah, the Dirty Dozen. Yeah, that's a good one. That
Time
is
to
a
Kill.
good
Really
movie.
good show.
That's a good.
Did y'all hear me talking this morning? I knew there was
We
more to
wasn't
the story. Boy, I get support for the sheriff's department like nobody.
Did you hear something?
Michigan, I brought up this great state of Michigan. A Republican senator was arrested at 2:45 in the morning, and I kept telling Odie as I was doing the story, "There's more to this," and I can't remember what it was.
Is this
he was
the one-
chasing? The police responded to gunfire, and they find a Republican senator running down the street with a gun chasing a woman. Now, he ran on the platform. He's a family guy and conservative, and Y'all ain't gonna believe this, but turns out that she was a adult dancer that he was chasing with
I was
the
going
gun.
to say, what was he going to do with that woman?
Get his wallet back.
I didn't know there were any Republicans in Michigan.
Yeah, I was a little caught off guard. I was a little caught off guard by that
Had
one.
one up there, and he had to mess up.
Had to screw the whole thing up. Here's an idea. Let's chase a professional.
A stripper down the
A
road.
stripper down the road.
All he had to do was follow the glitter. He didn't have to run after her.
Anthony, do you have your cell phone on you?
I do.
Would you mind loaning it to Odie to see if we can look this up, see if this is really true?
Yeah, I don't need to use mine.
He doesn't want to use his.
I'll keep my phone over here.
As wordy as Mississippi is one of, I think it's 5 states so far doing this, an adult site, let me word it that way. In the great state of Mississippi, they've blocked it to where you can no longer look at that. They're taking that step here. Indiana, Idaho, Kansas,
What is this,
and
like
Nebraska.
the Ashley Madison deal?
No.
Madison
It's uses that word that I don't want to say out loud.
Adult activity.
You
Okay.
can't watch certain
Wait a
video
minute.
footage.
They're just now making where you've got to have a age verification. So this was
Yeah, the legislature passed a deal. Matter of fact, I was over there. It was in 2022, I think. The 2022 session, I believe they passed it about those types of. Yeah, Jeff just said we passed that last year. So yeah, that'd be 2022.
You've got Texas,
2023, excuse
North
me.
Carolina, Montana, Mississippi, Virginia, and Arkansas, and Utah started it. And now we're adding more
Yeah.
states to this. But you don't want to hand your phone and let Odie just see if it's true.
No, well, I remember Odie made the statement one day that he had to punch in a date of birth, a code. They had to email. It was like some steps
He had to
involved.
set up
there.
his account.
That was it. And
That was it.
I just remember hearing that. I don't know.
Just gossip rumors, you know how
That's
it
it.
is.
Just everybody loves a good rumor every
You know,
now and then.
if you're an adult and that's your thing, all right. But to have something that open,
Yeah.
where children can just get on, and we're just now getting to where we're doing age verification. And I'm sure, I'm not saying that that's something that we should have done. Well, we should have done it a long time ago, but something I didn't think about is that type of site even open?
Well, the fact is that we grew up in an age. I say I'm gonna put us in the same deal. But used to, you couldn't. I can
Wide window there.
I'm gonna put a wide window in there, but I can remember the first time I ever received a text message, and I was like 18 or 19 years old. I was like, "What in the world is this?" And I remember a guy having a phone where you could take the picture with a phone, and we were all just amazed.
Oh, yeah.
by
I
what we-
remember when we got a phone that wasn't connected to the wall.
That's right.
But now texting, I won't ever forget me thinking, ain't nobody, this ain't gonna catch on.
'Cause you had to do it
Why in the
one-
world would you? And I
'Cause you
had
had to
that
do the
old phone.
numbers.
Yeah, I had that
Yeah,
old phone.
exactly.
You had
Like
A,
you
B,
had-
and C was one.
Well, going back to I say all that to say this. Our children, my children, are growing up in an age to where everything is so abstract and you can get your hands on it right there.
Right.
You can get, and you can get to it. In one instance, I'll talk about, I'm not going to give any names, but we did do a release on it, was where we actually, my investigators charged that individual from Independence, Missouri with human trafficking a few
Right,
weeks ago.
that's right.
All right, now that girl, he came to Clark County in the dark of night and picked up a 16-year-old girl and carried her back to Independence, Missouri. And that through just a lot of old-fashioned police work and talking to people and help from some of the family, they were able to locate her. But the fact is, she had been in communication with this individual.
Just at the push of a button.
Just at the push of a button.
Boom, and it's there.
Exactly.
Well, somebody said, how are boys going to find out about girls? Well, let me tell you,
Go hang out at the store like we used
if
to.
we're here today, then obviously somebody back in, say, 1700 knew what was going on. So we don't need internet to do that. Oh. Now, what y'all...
I don't want
Greg got a personal message.
Yeah, that girl. that girl. But you parents should teach their kids when they think it's the right time about everything. and not a website.
That's right.
True. We don't know how this is going to turn out in the end, but I'll bring it up as we got a poll, and we got some more to do before the show's out. But all of this that went against Trump as they brought these charges against him looks as though at this point it's kind of backfiring as we look at the swing states, and that's where you've got to look. Arizona, at this moment in time, if the election were held today, Trump is leading 47 to 43%. Georgia, a narrow lead at 45 to 41%. Nevada, 46 to 43.
That's right.
Pennsylvania, 47 to 45. Wisconsin, and of course that's deep. Usually the other side, 47 to 44, and a tie in Minnesota. Yeah.
And what is I believe is going on there? Partially, I don't want to mince my words. Partially, what's going on? We had a governor in the state of Mississippi back years and years and years ago.
William Winter.
No, it wasn't
Ray
him.
Mavis.
He knows none of these people.
Anyway, I'm not going to call his name, I guess, but one of his big thing was, I don't care what they're saying about me. I don't care if it's good or I don't care if it's bad, as long as they're talking about me.
Any publicity.
That's
good
exactly
publicity.
right. And
Earl Laycock used to say that.
No.
Spell my name right is what he'd say.
That's right. That's exactly right. I mean, keep putting him out
putting
there.
that name in front of everybody.
Well, so yesterday, Fox News came out with a poll that said, hold the phone, Biden is ahead of Trump.
I saw that.
By 1 to 2 points. Well, a little bit of information came out on why that might be said by Fox News.
Why they say that?
Because Trump and I believe it's Ron Paul have been having words at each other.
Who's Ron Paul? I don't even watch him anymore.
He was
is he a
Rand Paul's dad.
Yeah.
Who was?
Is he on the Fox network?
Well, he was a senator.
He's a politician.
He's a politician, and he's on the board
The Fox.
of Fox.
Imagine that.
So
You change
why
your
you
narrative
think?
to do what you
Well,
want.
they've not counted. The Democrats have not counted all the dead people that's going to vote yet.
True.
Well, they
So, I
only
mean-
asked the Democrats who's going to vote for it.
That's exactly
whenever.
right.
And I'm not a conspiracy theorist by any stretch of the imagination. I hate to say that, but that kind of mess has gone on.
It has.
And it does go on, and that's why it's important to elect people into these positions who have that control, who maintain integrity no matter what their feelings are.
Yeah, no matter
the
who
fact
wins,
is,
it's
I
the
mean,
facts.
that's that right there. These types of situations like that is what's created distrust amongst the American people, and it's because you can skew anything
the way you want it.
the way you want it. You can manipulate things, anything, and manipulation is really, it's almost nothing more than a lie a lot of times.
There's a Democrat on here that's upset that that we actually still use paper ballots.
That's
now
another
the
thing. I'm
reason-
proud, Jeff.
I am too.
That Jeff was he's chairman of elections, I believe, whenever they did that, and that
It's
was a
all
good
electronic.
thing. That's right.
But you hit that paper and make your mark and scan it, and it's electronic.
That's right.
But you can go back and count every single piece of paper and double check that computer didn't mess anything up, or a program wasn't made to miscalculate. So that paper ballot is a CYOA deal, and I think it's the most awesome thing we've done in a long time.
That's right.
I'm gonna open up another can of worms that I heard somebody say.
Crack it open,
yesterday.
Greg.
Said, talking about term limits. And at first, I mean,
For which office?
I see both sides of this, but here's my opinion, and I'm entitled to this. We don't need term limits. You need to be smart enough to know if people keep electing the same people, they're going to get the same outcome. If you're not happy with the way things are, there are people, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, that should stay in office from now. If they're doing a good job, they should have the opportunity to be reelected.
That's right.
But people shouldn't be so stupid to keep electing the same folks and expect a different outcome.
It's not going to be different, is
It's
it?
it's the definition of insanity. You bang your head against the wall, for constantly expecting a different outcome.
Well, this guy, you elect somebody and let's just say they're 60 years old. They've never had a job. They've never paid anything into Social Security. They've never worked in the public. They're a lifelong politician. Well, I'm sorry you're an idiot. That's my opinion.
You mean the ones who who made us change our insurance, but wasn't adult enough to accept that for them.
Right.
They've got their own private.
And the same way with same way with retirement. Social
Yeah.
Security's good enough for me. It ought to be good enough for a U.S. senator.
You dang right.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? I
Yep.
mean, when you elect people, and like Odie said, they exclude themselves from the laws that they're passing. There comes a time when people need to take the responsibility for themselves. If you keep electing these, well, he's on his 18th term up there. Well, hello.
Yeah.
And look at the shape America's in.
I mean, you look at California, Nancy Pelosi. If you keep voting for her, you get what you deserve.
Yeah, and there's people that go in that don't have any money, and when they retire,
they're set.
They got a $70,000 a year job. They're elected, and their net worth is whatever $600,000.
$70,000. Which office you talking about?
So they
about 140 for your.
But in 4 years, their net worth is $6.2 million.
You talking about AOC?
I want to know who your investment counselor was, because dude, if you can make that,
it's just America is full.
But
of
they
this.
And a lot of people
re-electing.
and
They
a lot of
keep
people
on.
won't go vote.
You're right.
Or they don't care.
Oh, my vote doesn't count, and they don't
They
show
won't
up.
go vote. I mean, I just don't understand.
Well, I'm
it.
sorry, when they're hauling 3 million votes in the back of a truck in Georgia at 3 o'clock in the morning, you do get a little discouraged about going to vote.
AOC didn't even have the money to rent a
You're right, she
building
didn't.
when she moved to Washington. Had to borrow the money from her fellow.
Didn't they grab her up out of a Subway
bar.
shop? Oh, a bar.
She was a bartender.
I saw a video she did on top of a rooftop up there dancing and singing.
She threw a chair. Oh, wait.
We'll be right back. Looking for a great place to eat? Well, come explore the great flavors of the French Quarter in downtown Enterprise. Whether you're in the mood for a romantic night out, a family dinner, or a cozy atmosphere with great service that make dining with the French Quarter an unforgettable experience. Drop by today and taste our delicious dishes. Come explore the flavors of the French Quarter. 120 West Bridge Street, downtown Enterprise. Call 601-659-0500, the French Quarter. The Precast Group, offering you the best selection when it comes to a storm shelter. Located on 145 South in Meridian, where they offer above-ground shelters that can be installed in your home as you're building it, are conveniently located right outside your home if it's already built. They also offer storm shelters that can be installed in a slight bank or on flat ground. Protect your family today with a very affordable storm shelter from the Precast Group. Highway 145 South, 601-482-0003. The Precast Group.
Mow, dig, haul, trench. The reliable Kubota BX Series subcompact tractor is highly capable. A smooth hydrostatic transmission makes for easy operation and versatile attachments that help you handle the job. The Kubota BX Series, rated #1 in durability and owner experience. Talk to your Kubota dealer to schedule a demo.
Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with the gang this morning, from Odie to Greg, as we welcome the. If we didn't,
us as a gang.
As a gang.
if we didn't,
we're more like a what? Let me see. Okay, what could be the name of our gang? We're more like a wolf pack.
The wolf pack.
But the thing is if one of us leaves, then we're no longer a pack. We're just a lone wolf.
So Bob wants to know if Harold can get a ticket fixed. Just asking for a friend. Does Harold have a lot of pull?
I read this. WJTV out of Jackson ran a story. I don't know who's going to be lining up.
We're a posse.
They're opening up a restaurant that failed its health inspection. Who's going to line up to be first to go inside?
Something to be proud of.
Boy, their Facebook pages, they put they're going to be opening. I think it's back today that they're going to be opening back up. Would you want to go there after a place?
We're going to try again.
Well, now, have y'all seen that show, the Bar Makeover?
Yeah, the guy that
comes
yells.
Bar rescue.
Bar Rescue.
Yeah.
And you see that where the food is just,
Oh,
man, it is nasty. And he comes in there, takes it over, redoes everything, and builds it back up, and they get a second chance.
I got
So I mean, hey,
Hello, Miss
depends
Lisa.
on what
How are
they
you?
did.
We're going to send you in first.
You behind the meal?
Call and let us know how it works out there. This is Friday, and we do hope everybody has a good weekend. What is going on in Clark County this weekend? Anything big that you know of there? Like any major arrest or anywhere I need to avoid areas where Harold might be set up on a roadblock?
Don't believe so. Tomorrow is my wife's birthday.
Oh, how old is she?
That's right. Tomorrow's Mallory's birthday. She'll be, I'm not going to say her age.
He almost
20
went
years
there.
younger than Anthony.
That's right. That's right.
Would you getting or anything?
Well, of course.
What's romantic? Let's see how romantic he is. How romantic is Anthony?
I'm not.
All right, so I've got her on. She's on our list for today.
She is she will be. She is having a birthday tomorrow.
Yeah, he wants to tell
He
us.
wants to tell it, but he just won't do it.
I'm not going to do that. I'm not.
It's
It's not hard.
are we expecting a candlelight blanket meal for?
I don't know. That's really not normally my style.
I got one of them homemade cassettes from back in the early mid '80s.
Mixtape.
Those romantical songs that you
like kids.
Oh, I
Bop
thought you was
2000.
talking about one of RW's casseroles you was going to take him.
Odie could put it in the tanning
And
bed.
warm it up for you a little bit.
That's right. I see Miss Lisa Ivy. She's one of my good citizens in Clark County. Hello, Miss Lisa. How are you?
Appreciate that.
That's
All right, we need to do some birthdays. Odie, I'm going to let you tell a few folks who's having a big birthday today.
Yeah, so we got Robert Wilkerson, 53 today. Joey Hand, talking about our retired Meridian Fire Department, having a birthday. Josh Wells, 33. Jen Green, 42. Shane and Mary Smith celebrating 27 years. Doug and Nancy Bearden, 50 years. Tommy Smith celebrating 42 as a birthday. Linda Schuler, happy birthday. Stephanie Cullum Barker's 38. Greg McLeod, 59. Robbie McKee's having a birthday.
Oh, Robbie.
Yeah. Chad Locklear is having a birthday Sunday. Deacon Pierce is having a 6 years old, his 6th birthday. Zane Chapman is birthday Sunday. And Mallory Chancelor is having a birthday tomorrow. So let's get that, hit our button, see what we've got for the, look at here. Robert Wilkerson, winner of the Hyundai of Meridian Scotty Ray Report coffee mug. Go by,
You forgot.
yeah, Hyundai of Meridian on Highway
the name
39.
on the
Pick that up.
If you'll leave it in the original box, there's no telling what it will be worth.
There you go. There you go.
That's it.
Anthony, I have to ask this.
Yes, sir.
How long have you been married now? Oh boy, I made a mistake there.
He was trying.
She and I got married in 18, June the 28th of 2018.
Yeah, we just okay. Anthony's married. Have you ever won an argument? Is there ever been a time you walk away and you go, yeah?
What kind of question is that?
I'm just curious.
No.
Her birthday weekend, and you setting the guy up to be on the couch.
Well, I was trying to be helpful to go, no, I've never won. She's always right. I was trying to help him there, and he didn't admit it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep. Nope. I wear the pants in my house.
Until she comes home.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
Be
That's
washing
right.
them, ironing them.
That's right. Well, what y'all got going on this weekend? What's happening? What's
It's
the
just
word?
hot.
Ah,
It
looks
is
like
hot.
a beach trip.
Your beach trip. I don't know of a lot of things that are going. I'll double check my calendars, but I don't know anything huge this weekend. We had a big weekend last weekend. It's kind of calming down. I know we got some car shows coming up around the 4th, a little bit after that.
A lot of people in and out, traveling, going to the beach, headed to the water, because it's going to be 98 degrees.
It is. And you're going to work here in a
I
few
will
minutes.
be wide open at Greg's Fireworks all
Greg's
weekend.
microphone's off.
Come and
Whoop, whoop, whoop. There you go. There you go.
All right, now you can say something.
we'll be fireworking every day until July the 6th. Come see us and shop early. You know, people come every year and go, I couldn't even, the building was full, parking lot full. Well, hey, I've been down there for a week. I'm going to be down there for the next 2 weeks. Come by. Scotty Ray knows how sad I looked yesterday. I
dropped by.
Even Bo Cephas didn't want to be there.
He looked like the lonely Maytag repairman.
Yeah, come on, shop early. We'll be glad to help you.
Go by and see it there. What do you got over there?
The Soda Baptist Church is doing a deal. having a little community parade type deal, and I can't remember the date. I don't have my calendar right here in front of me. I don't know if it's tomorrow or next weekend. I'm asking somebody right
will
now.
text you and just,
somebody on here probably
Somebody
knows.
will tell you.
Somebody probably would tell us. They're having a deal. You know, DeSoto's a quiet little community. A lot of good people down there.
Oh,
I'm just south of Quitman, just about 2 miles south of Quitman on one.
Right by that famous taxidermist.
That's right.
Just south of there. That's exactly right. Just go a little bit further south.
Have you seen him lately? Is he still trying to just kind of?
He's working 9 days a week.
Yeah.
Go by and visit Jay.
Mr. Belcher's a good guy. His father, Mr. Jackie Belcher, was a good friend of my granddad's. They were very close.
I've been there, and the train come through, and you just lose all aspect of what's going on.
Talking about granddad's.
Next Saturday.
Next Saturday.
Miss Martha King, thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it. But it is next Saturday. So
Anthony's granddad used to give me bubble gum at the store.
I thought you were going to say.
Somebody was talking about, well, I don't know. I said, I'm telling you, he's a good guy because his granddaddy was a really good guy. His granddaddy had a service station, and I can still remember that man giving me bubble gum when I was a little boy.
Yep, Benny Cooper.
Benny Cooper.
Never forget it.
Cooper's Corner.
He, yeah, that's what's crazy. You know, my mama actually grew up, started out on the south side there in town where they lived, and then they moved out just south of there, you know, in Clarkdale area, which Benny Cooper Road, they're off of Crescent Lake. You know, my grandfather actually built every house down in there except for one of them.
That's right.
But yeah, that's where my mom grew up, down in there. But he actually passed away from cancer in July of 2005.
Hate to hear that.
Actually, you remember he was a county patrolman back in Lauderdale County.
He was into law enforcement.
He was in law enforcement. Went to the police academy when he was 56, I believe. And I want to say the supervisors appointed them,
right.
And for each district in Lauderdale County, was it
Raymond Fountain?
Raymond Fountain. I was going to say Larry, but Larry's his son,
Raymond,
right?
Good man.
Yeah, Mr. Raymond Fountain.
You might want to learn from that and get a bucket of bubble gum. It goes a long ways. It left
an impression.
That's exactly right.
Good folks.
Thank y'all for coming in. Anthony, can't appreciate it enough. Greg,
I enjoyed it.
Odie, I'm going to let you take this last segment here and get us out of here and leave us with a good word for the weekend.
We're going to leave you with a good word. We're going to go to Psalms 150, and it's just simple. Praise God in his sanctuary. Praise him in his mighty heavens. Praise him for his acts of power. Praise him for his surpassing greatness. Whatever we do, praise the Lord, for he is
Amen.
the reason that we have everything that we have today. Keep him in your heart, and he'll be with you throughout your whole journey. Hope you have a wonderful day. Hope you have a great weekend. We'll be back Monday morning to do this all over again. Until then, remember, we love you. Have a wonderful day.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.